Well, it's Soupy again, and I keep running out of ideas for things to talk about because honestly, after you go over, there's history and there's music. I'll eventually get to like DIY and stuff like that, but given the current state of like the world in general and everything that's been happening, not as much with COVID, but more so in, police stuff, thought that it might be a good idea to talk about the fact that since obviously goth evolved from punk, even though it's not quite as blatant in a lot of the lyrical content of goth music, it is still very much a politicized subculture. In the sense that punk politics are very anti-system, not in the way that a lot of like people that don't know much about it think, in which they'll be like, oh, it's just, going against the flow. It's sort of to go against the flow in a lot of the problems. There's obviously a lot of symbolism in that and like aesthetics and stuff, but it's more so rooted in like systemic issues. The whole point of, and if you listen to like actual punk music, you'll hear it all in the politicized lyrics, but the whole point of that is to be very not just, non-racist, but anti-racist. It's, anti-sexist, and you're not that kind of stuff, That's sort of, the point with the whole Nazi punks fuck off thing, and why TikTok punks are somehow bringing back lace code out of nowhere. I'm not really sure why that's happening. Honestly, it feels weird to say TikTok punks in general. But that all being said, goth is still politicized. It still came from punk. That is its roots. There is a rampant problem in the goth community in which there isn't as much of that culture of Nazi punks fuck off when it comes to goth stuff. Unfortunately, it runs like pretty, or at least it ran. There's an issue in which people don't call it out as much, or they'll nowadays call it out online but not do anything about it. There's no culture around beating the fuck out of like a Nazi skinhead in goth stuff, even though there's plenty of them. People let a lot of stuff slide, like the symbolism used, by Death in June and stuff. By the way, fuck Death in June, if you didn't already know. And so, pretty much I got in front of this camera today just as a reminder that you cannot be a piece of shit, sexist, homophobic, racist, all that stuff type of person and still be a part of a subculture, any subculture, that is fundamentally against all those things at its core. That's really it. I felt like that needed to be said because for some reason people will say that when it's in reference to punk, but anything that evolved from it, they'll just conveniently let people get away with stuff when they can. I'm using my goth card to revoke the goth card. I'm using my goth bitch status to revoke the goth card of any whatever. Fuck me, dude. Anyway, that's literally it. That's literally all this video is. I'll probably work on something cooler, or actually, I look pretty good today, so I might just make another video rambling about something that actually doesn't matter, unlike this, which does. Anyways, if you're a racist, fuck you. See ya!